How y'all doing? I'm going to do a little bit of a video response here to this video that I done previously. Apparently some people don't get it, and if you want to read a really good book, you can start on this comment right here. I'm not going to go into the comments much other than I get to the last one. I mean, I wrote a little bit of a comment here, but most of this is just duplicating what he said so he'd know what comment I was commenting to. But what I do want to comment on is where here at the bottom where he says I have never claimed that Polaris is brighter than the sun. Please quote me directly to say where I say that. I have no idea what the actual brightness of Polaris is. So with that, before I go there, let's go here and see this beautiful vacuum tube light display, and all of the light being gathered on this back wall that's being emitted from these several variety of shapes and sizes of vacuum tubes, so that you know light does travel through vacuums into, through, and out of a vacuum, because they claim space out there to be a vacuum. So Jeff, this is what I'm going to show you here. You do claim that Polaris is brighter than the sun, because we have the sun right here, and we know the sun is actually the brightest luminary in the sky. It's observable, repeatable, unless you have factual, observable proof that there's another luminary that overpowers the sun. The sun is the greatest luminary out there. This here is what you say. And you're right, my other video, I took a couple more minutes, Jeff, to draw this out for you, but we still have the light of the sun supposedly on this spinning ball covered with water. I did like NASA and eliminated the land, and it's still Earth, but it's a spinning ball covered with water. And I have the shadow right here, the intensity of the nighttime. It's right here, Jeff. You are looking at a tree with all your numbers and your figures, and you're not seeing the entire forest. But this is the nighttime sky right here, according to what the heliocentric model would display. And this is your columns of light. The reason I fanned it out on the first video, Jeff, was to give you bald professors the benefit of the doubt, although I believe that the light would be gathering back in front and be eliminated, and we would have light again back in here. I've never done an experiment to prove such, but that is the way I observe light to work. Now you have Polaris up here that is 23 at the 23.4 degree axis. I even brought it down a little bit, trying to get it closer to your shade. It's up here in the sunlight. The sunlight is traveling through the vacuum up here, people. I'm not just directing this to Jeffrey. I'm directing it to everybody. The sun's 10 light minutes away. Polaris is only 50 times the size of the sun, or I think it was 22 million miles in diameter. But regardless of that, it's 433.8 light years away. How is it ever going to overpower the light of the sun that is only 10 light minutes away? Perhaps I should have done a little figuring with numbers and how far 433 light years is compared to 10 light minutes. I guarantee you it's more than 50 times, which is what they claim the dimensions of Polaris to be, 50 times the size of the sun. The sun is the brightest and most intense luminary in the sky. It is observable and it is repeatable every day. And until you can prove otherwise, that is a fact that will not go away. And another fact is, light always emits from its source in every direction. That means you got 360 times 360 times 360 times 360 times 360 360 times, and it goes beyond there. It goes all the way around. It doesn't just come up here, and it's not just going to come right here and just stop, because that's as far as Earth is. It just stops at Earth, and then so this light can reach Earth. It's total nonsense. You may be book smart, but your intelligence level is very low to think that what they tell you is a fact without critically analyzing and thinking about what they're telling you. They've told you nothing but lies. They've showed you nothing but lies, yet you continually, wholeheartedly defend those lies. You refuse to even consider what is observable by your own self, what your own senses tell you. You continue to fund this government for the lies. There's one word that all of you people, most every one of you people, tell your child repeatedly, repeatedly, repeatedly. It's one word, 2 letters, and you're all, most every one of you, not say all, but most every one of you are afraid to say that one 2-letter word to your God, the government. You're afraid. Simply put, guess what that one 2-letter word is? It's no. You tell that to your child from the time it's able to start getting around on its own. No, don't do this. No, don't do that. No, 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 no. That's all you tell your child. 90% of the words you say is no. I mean, maybe not 90, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. But you all willfully accept everything this government makes as law. You don't tell them no. You willfully abide. And that's why they have the power that they have, because you willfully allow them to do whatever they want to do. Things aren't going to get any better, folks. They really aren't, because none of you are telling them no. You're continually funding them. You're allowing them to send your sons and your daughters out to be killed. Back in the day when the men of the tribes were defending the tribe, they were known as warriors. Today, there is no defending the tribe there is, making sure that everybody follows, every country and every person in that country follows the dictates of this corporate entity. And they're called soul dyers for a reason. You're expendable to them. It's not them going out to do the battle. It's you and your children. Their children don't go. But you'll continue because you won't say no. That's all there is to it, folks. One two-letter word will end it all of their power, structure, and the struggle we, as a mortal race, are facing. But you just won't say that one two-letter word to the corporation because you are afraid. They're not trying to take your guns, people. They're trying to prolong their video entertainment of the inevitable. Because if they leave these automatic weapons out there, it's a lot surer shot for each one of you to eliminate each other. You cannot use your guns against a team of individuals coming after you. You may get a few of them, but they will get you. And that's a fact. They got their bunkers. And when they shut this system down, they want the entertainment to play out for a little more than just a small amount of time. And you just don't get it. It is all because you are afraid to say no to the entity that you created for your protection and the movement of commerce. You're all afraid because they say that anarchy is crazy, that anarchy's crazy. You listen to them tell you that. You know they're bullshitting about the solar system. It is to steal your solar system. It's a liar system to steal your soul, to keep you revolving back into this life you lead in this mortal realm. This mortal body is a rented vessel. It don't go with you when you leave. But you will come back to it until you have figured out what you're supposed to be doing here. You're supposed to be loving and showing the love and taking care of the place that the great Creator give to us for our provisional needs. Out gardening, growing flowers, making earth beautiful. They tell you there is not enough land for everybody. No, what they do is herd you into cities and make you stay and live in cities. Try. I guarantee if you attempt to go out and stead on some land, they will come and either kidnap or kill you. They have no regard for life, people. NASA, over $20.5 billion a year, 20-some million a day to purport lies to the mortals of the realm so that they can further advance with their military-industrial complex. Last I checked, it was about $140 billion a year, so that they can learn how to kill more of us with less effort should we revolt. Revolution will not work. Revolution is a transfer of power, and they will infiltrate the revolutionaries no matter how good the plan of the revolutionaries are. And that's why in the Declaration of Independence they even tell you to overthrow the government and replace it, so that they can infiltrate it and take it over again. Secession from government is the only answer. And don't think killers and thieves would run rampant, because you as a society would not allow it. If there was a killer amongst you, you would eliminate his ability to kill. If there was a thief, you'd chop his finger off so everyone would know he was a thief. If he got caught stealing again, you'd remove his hand. He'd either get it, or if he got caught stealing again, take his whole arm off and banish him. But you don't sit there and take care of him so that everybody thinks that it's okay. You take care of the problem appropriately. You don't give him a place to stay. But y'all don't get it because you fear that one two-letter word. The guns we have, people, are going to be ineffective against the power they have. Y'all just don't get it. You think revolution this, it'd take care of it. No. It would eliminate the tyranny for a time. But the tyrants would infiltrate the newly created government, just as they did this government and every other revolutionist government that's ever been created. I can't think of the author's name right now. Dr. something Roberts. It was written in the 1700s. Proofs of a Conspiracy. I encourage you all to read it. You will see how their master plan is put into action. How they infiltrate the government, the law enforcement, the justice system. If you would all just quit participating, secede in your own, for yourself. Their ability to lock you all up for a traffic ticket. There is no victim in a traffic ticket. I'm not saying that if there's a victim there shouldn't be court. No, there should be trials and amendments, people be amended for the wrongs that are done to them. But you don't need this corporate court with the interest of the corporation finding you guilty before you ever go to court. You don't go to court with the presumption of innocence, people. You go to these corporate courts to prove you're innocent. Whether there's a victim or not, you still have to prove your innocence. And then you do it without even a cross-examination. You allow yourself to be found guilty without ever cross-examining the victim. It's not going to change, folks. You better just get ready for what's inevitable. That's all I can say. Learn to grow your own food. Get out of the system. Leave the system. They have you all believing you're part of the system, and that makes you part of the system. You're a human being. You're immortal. You're part of Earth, not part of their system. Your body came from the Earth. It's going back to the Earth. Your spiritual being will move on. You're never gonna, your spiritual being is gonna move on and come back here because you don't know where you are. You don't know what you're supposed to do while you're here to move on to the next form of existence. Everything is form. Everything vibrates, so there's movement in it. But the spinning ball heliocentric model that they propose and have you indoctrinated to believe is observable bullshit. Excuse the French. But is all you have to do is apply your critical thinking thoughts and your reasoning. There's articles in older papers where the teachers were teaching critical thinking and reasoning. There's actual courses to teach people and civics so that you know how to behave with other people. But they've eliminated all that. And they did it for a purpose. They have no use for a critical thinker. Only a non-thinking slave. So they can siphon your power. Milk you of your power. And that's what goes on. They just continually keep their power because they're siphoning yours and keeping theirs full. It's all because you're afraid to tell your government one two-letter word. Anyway, I don't know how I got off on this tangent, people. I was talking about the impossibility of Polaris being able to be observed in the sky at any time, day or night, because it's obvious this here is the nighttime spectrum on this heliocentric model, and Polaris is up here at the center of rotation. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and show you this vacuum tube one more time, lighting up the wall. Although none of this light is being emitted into the vacuum tubes, it is definitely coming out of them. And I guarantee you, if you took a flashlight and you held it from over here somewhere and poked it into that one right there, you would see a distinct light pattern right there on the wall. You sure would. But there's one thing that no one can change, and that's your mind. Your mind is your own. They can't change it. I can't change it. Nobody can change it. It's yours. So if you want to think and you want to support this corporation in their murdering rampant across this plane, that's on you. It ain't on me. I dislike what they do. It's just another point on the pole of love and hate. There is no love and hate, folks. Just different points on that same pole. There is no sharp and no dull. Just different points on the same pole. As above, so below. With that, why isn't the ocean waters shaped like the ocean floors? As above, so below. So all you have to do, people, is critically think about everything they've ever tried to indoctrinate into your brain. Quit looking at a tree and look at the whole forest. Quit looking at the 2x4 that you're putting in to build the house and look at the whole house. The lies and deceit are overwhelming. They have to mix truth in with lies, because with every lie there is a part of truth. And with every truth, there is also a part of lie. There is no varying from it. There's just different degrees on the same pole. That's all there is to it, people. Yeah, I'm done now. Rambling on. Don't really care what you think. It's what I know. So, with that, you all be good. Have a wonderful day. Share your knowledge and your wisdom. There's nothing to be known that hasn't already been known. Or it wouldn't be available to be known. So, there are really no mysteries. Only knowledge that's been lost, hidden, withheld, forgotten, or retained. And if it's retained, it's no mystery. It's only a mystery if you don't know it. You have funded, as I have, this corporate government for all sorts of knowledge that they hide and withhold. And if you continue to fund them by not saying no, it's on you, not me. I've already said no to them. You can lock up the man, but you can't lock up the mind. Get it? Anyway, folks, thanks for your time, and be well. See you later.